Have you ever wondered about the thunderous sound of a hammer echoing through the skies, or tales of mischievous gods, giant wolves, and a tree that connects all of existence? Today, we're journeying back in time to the frosty lands of Scandinavia to explore the epic, dramatic, and fascinating world of Norse mythology. Before we dive in, let's set the scene. Norse mythology wasn't just a collection of bedtime stories for the Vikings. It was their religion, their philosophy, and their way of understanding the universe. It explained everything from the creation of the world to the weather, and it shaped their culture, values, and warrior spirit. These tales were passed down orally for generations, sung by poets called skalds in the flickering firelight of longhouses, before eventually being written down in texts like the Poetic Edda and Prose Edda in Iceland. So, how did it all begin? In the Norse creation story, there was no heaven or earth. There was only a gaping void called Ginnungagap, flanked by a realm of ice, Niflheim, and a realm of fire, Muspelheim. When the fire and ice met in the void, the ice melted, and from the drops, the first being emerged, a giant named Ymir. Along with him came a cosmic cow, Audhumbla, whose milk sustained him. As Audhumbla licked the salty ice blocks for nourishment, she licked free the first god, Buri. Buri's grandson would be the one and only Odin, the All-Father, who, along with his brothers, Vili and Ve, would eventually slay the giant Ymir. But Ymir's death was not an end, it was a beginning. The brothers used his colossal body to create the world. His flesh became the earth, his blood the oceans and rivers, his bones the mountains, and his skull the sky. They took sparks from the fiery realm of Muspelheim to create the sun, moon, and stars. From 2 logs of wood, they crafted the first humans, Ask and Embla, breathing life and consciousness into them. And so, the world of mortals, Midgard, was born. But Midgard is just one piece of a much larger puzzle. The entire Norse cosmos is structured around a mighty ash tree called Yggdrasil, the world tree. Its branches stretch up to the heavens, and its roots delve deep into different realms. Yggdrasil connects the 9 worlds. We have Asgard, the celestial fortress of the Aesir gods, ruled by Odin. Vanaheim, home to the Vanir gods, who are associated with nature and fertility. Alfheim, the land of the luminous light elves. Midgard, our own world of humans. Jotunheim, the chaotic world of the giants. Svartalfheim, the underground realm of the dwarves, master craftsmen of the gods' greatest treasures. Niflheim, the primordial world of ice and mist. Muspelheim, the land of fire and home to the fire giants. And finally, Helheim, the underworld ruled by the goddess Hel, where most of the dead go. This cosmic tree is a living, breathing entity constantly under threat, but always enduring, a symbol of the interconnectedness of all life. Now, let's meet the main players on this divine stage. The Norse gods are far from perfect. They are complex, flawed, and incredibly human-like. At the head of the pantheon is Odin, the All-Father. He's a god of wisdom, war, poetry, and magic. He famously sacrificed one of his eyes in exchange for a drink from the well of Mimir to gain cosmic knowledge. He's often seen with his 2 ravens, Hug in thought and Mune in memory, who fly across the world each day to bring him news. Then there's Thor, Odin's son, probably the most famous of all Norse gods. You know him, the mighty, red-bearded god of thunder. He's the protector of Midgard, wielding his legendary hammer, Mjolnir, which was forged by dwarves and always returns to his hand. Thor is powerful, brave, but also a bit hot-headed, and his favorite pastime is smashing giants. And, of course, we can't talk about Norse gods without mentioning Loki. Loki is ... complicated. A shape-shifting trickster god. He's technically a giant, but was accepted into Asgard by Odin. He's charming, clever, and often helps the gods out of sticky situations, many of which he caused in the first place. But his mischievous nature has a dark side, and his actions become increasingly malicious, ultimately setting in motion the doom of the gods. The Norse pantheon is filled with other incredible figures. There's Frigg, Odin's wife, a goddess of marriage and foresight. Freya, a powerful goddess of love, beauty, and war, who rides a chariot pulled by cats. And Heimdall, the ever-watchful guardian of the Bifrost, the rainbow bridge that connects Midgard to Asgard. He has super hearing and can see for 100 leagues, and he's destined to blow his horn, Jallarhorn, to signal the beginning of the end. And what is that end? In Norse mythology, the world isn't eternal. It is fated to end in a cataclysmic event known as Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods. This isn't just a random apocalypse, it's a prophesied destiny. It begins with a series of harsh winters, a breakdown of society, and the release of monstrous beings like the giant Volfenrir and the world serpent Jormungandr, both children of Loki. Ragnarok is an all-out war. The gods of Asgard will clash with the giants and monsters in a final, devastating battle. Odin will be swallowed by Fenrir. Thor will finally kill his arch-nemesis, Jormungandr, but will succumb to the serpent's venom. Loki and Heimdall will slay each other. The fire giant Surtur will engulf the world in flames, and Yggdrasil will tremble as the cosmos sinks back into the sea. It sounds bleak, doesn't it? But here's the beautiful part of Norse belief. Ragnarok is not the absolute end. After the destruction, a new world will emerge from the waters, green and beautiful. A handful of gods will survive, and to humans, Leif and Lifthrasir will repopulate the earth. It's a powerful cycle of death and rebirth, a theme of hope rising from the ashes of despair. It teaches that even in the face of an unavoidable fate, what matters is how you face it with courage and honor. This warrior ethos was central to Viking life. The ultimate honor for a warrior was to die bravely in battle and be chosen by the Valkyries, Odin's female warrior spirits, to be taken to Valhalla. Valhalla was Odin's magnificent hall in Asgard, where these chosen warriors, the Einherjar, would feast, drink, and fight all day, every day, training to fight alongside the gods during Ragnarok. The legacy of Norse mythology is all around us, even today. Have you ever wondered where we get the names for our days of the week? Tuesday comes from Tyr, the one-handed god of war. Wednesday is Woden's Day, another name for Odin. Thursday is Thor's Day, and Friday is named for either Frigg or Freya. These ancient stories of gods and giants, fate and courage, have inspired countless books, movies, games, and comics, proving that these powerful tales are as immortal as the gods themselves. Thank you so much for joining me on this epic journey through the 9 worlds. If you enjoyed this dive into Norse mythology, please hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure into the stories that shaped our world. Let us know in the comments which god or myth is your favorite. Until next time, stay curious.